And today we're reacting to Hodge twins finally get what they deserve. My first video on the Hodge twins, I had people on both sides in the comments, bro. Some of y'all who were saying things about them being completely correct and you don't know the Hodge twins, you don't know Hodge twins, and I had the people that, you know, were on the opposite side of that were woofing about the Hodge twins. My big thing about these things just be like, I feel like people like this forget that they dying on a hill that the people at the top of the hill don't even want them on. So when they get there and they get a reality check and a realization, it's like, how do they feel after that? I'm very curious, but I don't know what's going on in this video. Let's get into it. Put the sushi room. Monday was Friday, 5-6 p.m.
On September 22nd, 2025, Auburn Preach released a video called Myron and Hodge Twins Reminded They Aren't White. And the reason why Myron and the Hodge twins were mentioned in the first place is because of their extreme criticism of the black community. For this particular video, I won't be focusing on Myron, but I will be focusing on the Hodge twins. The Hodge twins have been on YouTube for a long time. I don't know if they are completely mixed race, but as you can see, they are.
You don't know if they're completely mixed race. Well, I could tell you from right here, the people that I'm looking at are absolutely, well, I don't know. I think some of y'all might have said that they were full. Nah. I think somebody said that their mom, somebody's Caucasian. Yeah, somebody's Caucasian. Somebody said that for sure.
Are twins, and they started off as a comedy duo, and as they've gotten older, they are like, I would say, far right.
Now, I'll say this. What I do respect is the adapting that they did to YouTube, the changing. They got older. They weren't doing the lifting thing anymore. I used to love the Hodge twins, by the way. You know what I'm saying? Them eating in the car. I used to love those videos. I said that in the last one, but I just have to say it again. New video. I do, and I can appreciate how they were able to adapt with YouTube, garnish an audience where they at. I respect hustle where hustle, you know what I'm saying? I respect it. But when we start talking about what we're talking about, you know, that's when I have to take a step back.
I won't say as far right as like Nick Fuentes, but they are far right. They criticize Israel a lot. They don't really like gays so much. And of course, the pedigree is attacking the black community, all right? Now, I'm gonna get to Auburn Preacher's video later in this particular situation, because what happened is the Hodge twins felt that Auburn Preacher's video of them was unwarranted, because they said this.
I'm not anti-black.
I'm anti-you-know-what, but I'm not anti-black.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm anti-black. I'm hard on black people.
Yeah.
Y'all need some criticism. Yeah. Seriously.
And, you know, I am prejudiced, but everybody's prejudiced.
Yeah.
I just put my prejudice out there because I want black people to do better. We can do better.
Yeah. It's not wrong when having a bias or being prejudiced. It's only wrong when you use your biases and your prejudices to discriminate against people.
Belittle people, denigrate them. I'm not denigrating people simply because of the color of their skin.
Yeah.
I'm denigrating these people because of the way they behave.
Now, this is
when he said, you know what, he means niggas. Now, with that response right there, if we were just to criticize that part right there, I can get that. Some people, especially if they didn't grow up a certain way or move a certain way, they do not, and they like some black people, if they didn't grow up that way, and even black people that are from that. I got people that are from that are like, yo, they are not trying to deal with all of that because they've been growing up like that, and they know how situations are, and they sick of how people like that act. Yeah, do people in them environments, areas act like that? Yeah. Some people are less tolerant to niggas. You feel me? Some people are less tolerant to them. Some people are more. I'm somebody that, you know, I could tolerate that. I'm not too mad at that. You feel what I'm saying? I can appreciate the things but that are within them. It's just I could appreciate the white man or the Asian man or Hispanic man in their flaws as well. You feel me? And are we all prejudiced? I believe so. In some way, shape, or form, in fashion, I feel like that we are.
The typical black.
So if we were going to just analyze what they said right then, I can understand that and appreciate that. That's how some people are. I'm not upset with that. If we're just analyzing that statement.
Conservative talking point, especially on the far right. Listen, guys, we are here to not necessarily talk about a race of people, but we're only criticizing how they behave.
Stop the cap.
So we're not necessarily dealing with race. We're dealing with behavior. But in the past, the Hodge twins talk about race in great detail.
To be honest, I don't want to live in the United States of America if it's not majority white.
If you and I was about to say, and I knew for a fact that they were going to. That's why I specified what they're saying right here. But I knew they were going to contradict themselves because I seen it myself. Before the Hodge twins videos like this are popping up, I went back and was like, oh, I remember the Hodge twins. What are they doing now? Saw what they were doing and was like, whoa, this was a minute ago, like a year ago. So that's why I made sure to specify what they're saying in this exact clip right here. I get it, but they're contradicting themselves.
Just a second and you step back. If these idiots who profess conservative values are really wanting a conservative country, they think it only happens if it remains majority white. First off, there's a huge segment of the white population that votes very liberally. 1. 2, immigrants, by and large, are more conservative than whites in terms of their values and their politics. Agree or disagree?
Yeah, I tend to agree.
The reason why a lot of immigrants who are conservative still vote liberal is not because they love everything they say.
It's just because they want to be included.
But these guys are so buck broken. They're so obsessed with trying to appeal to whiteness that they'll just say the goofiest shit even if it means their own erasure. Are you stupid?
You're a second-class citizen in that space.
That's what they want. The benefit of being on YouTube and being consistent for the last 9 years is you get to observe the landscape change. You get to observe the trends, culture change. You see the content change.
So they're saying that we wouldn't even want to be here in America if it's not majority white. So why is that? Is it because white people are the only people in America that behave in the right way? Is it that somebody who's non-white doesn't know how to act or know how to behave? Surely there are countries that are non-white around the world that show some evidence of progress. So there you're talking about your actual preference, which is you'd rather be amongst all white groups, regardless if other groups show that they're functional, that they're beneficial, that they can do things that humans can do. But then let's go to the whole part about the fact that they said they don't denigrate blacks. No, we're not sellouts. We don't come on our platform denigrating anybody because...
Bro, if you gonna do... Hey, if they gonna do this, stand on it. You gotta stand on it like Myron. You can't say, I don't denigrate. No. Because they got clips, bro. You've done too much content. I've seen the titles. You can't do that, bro. You gotta... If you're gonna do this and stand on this and be this, you got to... You gotta go Myron Gaines. And I say, if I gotta find something I respect about Myron, it's the fact that he stand on that. He not going. Feel me? Black people. That's what he on. You can't do this though.
Because they're black.
Can't have stuff.
We only denigrate or bash people or even criticize people if they are behaving wrongly. Okay, well, how do you explain this particular post? On September 15th, the Hodge twins posted this. It's a blessing the wasn't black because there wouldn't have been a father to turn him in.
Boy, you don't sit your stupid ass down. Who the think you is?
Hey, before we get back into the video, I got a way you can make some extra bread. I know you bored at home right now, bro. And all you have to do is play games and get paid for it. If you hit the link in my description or scan the QR code on the screen right now, you can sign up to freecash.com and start getting paid right now. And they make it extremely simple. First, just create an account like any other site and email and password. And once you get in, you'll see a wall of games and offers immediately. Pick a game that you actually like, play through the levels, and the cash will land straight into your free cash account. It's basically turning your downtime into a hustle without you even thinking about it. People pulling $10 to $20 a day, and with some effort, you can go way higher than that. You can spend a couple bucks in game to hit levels faster that'll ultimately give you bigger offers and payouts. That's the method on how some users end up making hundreds, even 500 or more on certain offers. But you don't have to spend any money. You can literally stick to the free levels and still cash out. The whole point is when you're taking a break from those Astral Dior videos, doom scrolling, looking at women, you can be be playing and earning at the same time. Get to your money, bro. And once you run it up and want to cash out, you've got options of PayPal or gift cards. So if you want to get to that extra cheese, hit the link in the description or scan the code on the screen, sign up for free, and start playing for cash on your spare time. And when you use my link or QR code, you get $5 bonus to get you started, bro. Go ahead, get to it. Let's do it.
So I want to talk
unnecessary.
about that and how that is denigrating towards blacks.
It ain't got nothing to do with black people. Unnecessary, bro.
So basically, black people had nothing to do with it. Single motherhood or single fatherhood in the black community is not on trial here. But you see, the Hodge twins want to cater to that audience that will find something like this funny because those people are sick. And even though it wasn't a black person that killed it, let's still make fun of the blacks.
And present black fathers also, by the way, is at an all-time high. It's at an all-time high.
Anyway, because, oh yes, to make ourselves feel better that a white guy killed Charlie Kirk, you know what? Their single mothers are typically the ones that create things like this, even though he was killed in Utah. But see, this is unwarranted and it's unnecessary. But these are the same guys that turn around and say, we don't denigrate blacks. No, we only deal with behavior. We deal with behavior. We don't denigrate blacks. And then let me tell you how bad it was. People jumped in the comments and didn't like the fact that you did it. And you never removed the post. You never apologized to the black community for what you did. Just continue to have it up there. It's still up there right now. Look at what this person says. Really? This is the message y'all want to send? Come on, guy. Another person says, man, I know some black people ain't crap, but why do y'all down black folks so much? I was a fan of Charlie, by the way. Stop the show. Now, Daryl Dugas is a guy who likes Charlie Kirk, but you guys have crossed over into a point where even he can't defend you.
Damn.
Like, you want to attack blacks so much that even the fans of you are like, yo, that's low. Dulce goes, Dulce and Maria, you guys are black too. On top of it, married Mexicans. Woo! That's right, guys. The same dudes who want to talk about the black community all day are not even married to black women. They're married to Hispanics. Stop with the stereotypes. This is why America is suffering. Both sides are ruthless. This is a person that has a Hispanic last name, so probably not even a black person. Redskin says that's just unnecessary, even if it's statistically true. It's not productive. Stop the show. So somebody's saying, even if what you're saying is true, it doesn't relate to the murder of Charlie Kirk. It's also—
that's the main thing. It's just so random and unwarranted. Oh, the Charlie Kirk. Like, let's just make it. Let's just force it. Let's just make it that. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up. Like, I don't get it.
So hurtful to many of the fatherless children out there. I'm just thinking to the 12, 13, 14-year-olds that might see that. And this person is right, because again, you're denigrating black people for something that they didn't do. So when they do something that's wrong, you're even on it more. If they don't do something, anything to make your white audience feel good. Look at this. This is trash. Not okay. This is a white person. Amber Scott, this is trash. Not okay. It gets worse. Stop. Okay? This person says, only you guys can get away with posting this meme. I do appreciate your humor, though. Okay, so let's stop the show. Only you guys? What does that mean? Because white people could never post that, but because you're black or you're half black and half white, you can denigrate your own community at the behest of the whites, and it's okay. Thank you for the laugh. The person says, shaking my head. This is unnecessary. And that person doesn't even look like they're black, maybe like Asian. You have all these people who are witnessing what you're doing, like basically saying you're denigrating blacks. It gets worse. Look at this. Whenever you see them reacting to stuff, if it's not gays or white liberals or gays, you never hear them talking about anything that's to do with whites, like white shootings, white on white crime, nothing. Black fatigue strikes again in Popeyes. This is the kind of content they do. Anything that's negative towards blacks will be in their playlist. So this is exactly why I've been.
You know what it is? It's the fact that this is what happens, right? And this happens with a lot of content creators. You go, you react to something, or you do something, and it hits. And you're like, oh snap, okay. You mix it in with the rest of the things that you're doing, and then you do something else, and it hits. You're like, damn, you do it again, it hits. Oh, damn. Okay, so I got two of the same things that are somewhat in this lane of what I just reacted to or what I just did, content-wise. You do it again. You realize, oh, I just struck a gold mine with what I'm doing. And you start garnishing a fan base. And a strong fan base at that, because you see these two black men who are relating to the people that are like, yeah, I hate these types of black people. I don't like them, XYZ, boom, bam, bop, and they can all relate. And then you have these crazy scenarios, and it's like, that gets the views, that gets the money. So whenever you start, now at this point, you are now like voluntarily consuming this type of content, this type of media, strictly, only. So yeah, it started out as like, we're just reacting, but then now you probably start to consume it and actually believe these ideas, and you do it for so long that essentially you end up adopting these thought processes and certain things, and you start seeing, like, it's like, imagine the news. Imagine you see on the news, that's the only thing you get to watch every day, right? Not saying this is what they get to, only thing you get to watch, but imagine you see the news and the only thing you get to watch is propaganda against white people. All we saw every day was white people were horrible. Boom, they do this, they're stupid as hell. Look how they act, and you just showing all the things that you're gonna be like, dang, a lot of white people. Look, we're right. Look how stupid these. Look at them. Look at XYZ. It's like, this is what happens. And now imagine you're watching that, and for your take, you're getting a lot of money for it. You think you're gonna stop? You're gonna adopt that. You're gonna adopt that mindset, right? Even if it might have been, you might have felt that way just somewhat. Like, man, black people, they just. But then now we're getting money for it too. I'm getting positive feedback from it too. You adopt that. You're getting a lot of money. These guys are making a lot of money. A lot. So you adopt that, you're getting money, you're getting just these positive feedbacks and rewards for it. Yeah. That's where you end up. If this is how you are, it just heightens the person as they are because for me personally, that's just not what I like. You know what I'm saying?
Preach got on their behinds in the first place. And so when Auburn Preach started talking about the Hodge twins, he started breaking it down.
If you take a second and you step back, if these idiots who profess conservative values are really wanting a conservative country, they think it only happens if it remains majority white. First off, there's a huge segment of the white population that votes very liberally. 1. 2, immigrants, by and large, are more conservative than whites in terms of their values and their politics. Agree or disagree?
Yeah, I tend to agree.
The reason why a lot of immigrants who are conservative still vote liberal is not because they love everything they say.
It's just because they want to be included.
But these guys are so buck broken. They're so obsessed with trying to appeal to whiteness that they'll just say the goofiest shit even if it means their own erasure. Are you stupid?
You're a second-class citizen in that space.
That's what they want. The benefit of being on YouTube and being consistent for the last 9 years is you get to observe the landscape change. You get to observe the trends, culture change. You see the content change.
A lot of people that are foreigners are more conservative. So white people also.
Why is that? A lot of foreigners are more conservative. Why is that? Hold on. Y'all type in, let me know. Let me wake my cousin up real quick. Niggas ain't got it tired of having to wake you up every day.
Also vote liberal. So you're saying that you want to be in a country with more whites. It's not really making sense because you're a conservative and most whites are liberals. But he's also saying that you talking like this erases your own self. It makes you a second-class citizen. And shout out to Abba, he's a genius. Like, he has the best commentary on YouTube. Like, way better than me for most issues. I would say his commentary is like A+. He's the best person that does commentary that I've ever seen. All right? And he just puts things in like so good of a perspective. I couldn't even have said it better myself.
I was deep into stand-up comedy, doing the arts, and so I was going to a lot of events, and I was in a lot of left-leaning spaces. And at that time, there was a lot of weirdness around blackness in left-leaning spaces because the way that they were patronizing, the way that they would belittle you with a lot of their, very soft-spoken racism, right? And when I spoke out about against this stuff, I got labeled a right-winger oftentimes. Never bothered me, because I knew in my heart of hearts, I don't look at black women and say bad things. I don't look at my nieces and nephews and don't go out of my way to make sure that they celebrate their blackness. I know my values, so I'm okay. But I did recognize that over time, after I did a lot of this repeated content, the kind of people that would be drawn to it would be people who would often say horrible things about black people in general.
And in this clip, Abba talks about a time in his life where he was in the industry and, he felt that people were not treating blacks fairly. And so he started making content. And so what ended up happening was people started calling him a right winger. And so he had to catch himself, because the content that he was making might seem that he was trying to hold black people accountable. But what happened is all these other people started to comment and started to show their frustrations with blacks.
Yeah,
and that could have been blacks themselves or non-blacks, right?
That's what I'm saying. You do that exactly. That's exactly what I just know it, bro. They probably expressed something, showed a bit of, and those people, they showed love to the Hodge twins. And they started getting good money off of showing love for them. And since they were already feeling like that, and they probably were like, shit, it's working. You got somebody like Abba that seems like he probably switched the direction.
He understood it. But wait, there's more.
And I started looking at it very, very differently, because sometimes you cannot be part of a movement, but if you operate online in the same way that movement does, then you might as well just be another agent for them.
You're a contributor.
He says also this: once you start to make this content, even if you're not in their white supremacist group, you are pushing their own narratives.
Yeah.
You're pushing the narratives, okay? Like, that's what you're doing, even if you're not in the group or not, okay? But then he talks about something that's important.
A lot of these people who do this kind of content, you'll notice a very particular trend. Black people when I was growing up treated me badly. Black women rejected me. It's a lot of that stuff. And I personally, this is my own theory, a lot of these guys had negative experiences with black people growing up. And so they go into adulthood and they carry that on. And when it starts to come into their content, it seeps in.
I was thinking this. I wish I would have said it. I was thinking these guys, maybe something happened where something was an experience that they happened was overwhelming. But it's like, I don't know, maybe in their life they just never had a bad experience with. I've had a bad experience with every race. Like, every race? Yeah, I feel like I've had a bad experience with every race. I don't see it as a race thing. I see it as a people thing. I've had a bad experience with different people, many different people. You feel me? Now, are there certain consistencies with the experiences that I have? Like, is one maybe more violent with this group? Is one maybe more prejudiced with this group? Yes, but all together, like, I've had the experiences. I just tack it up as a life things that are going on. This is how life happens. Just as I've had amazing, great experiences with each group. I just don't understand, like, why it always has to be that. Like, why can sometimes we can't just take a step back and look at it as a people thing rather than a race thing. You know what I'm saying? A race thing, like.
And then they get positive reinforcement and like, damn, this is the first time.
Listen, positive reinforcement.
I can say this shit about the people who hurt me when I was a kid too, and feel rewarded.
He says the people that talk like.
Telling y'all, I know what I'm talking about, bro. I know I be yapping, but you don't know what he's talking about. Please.
And in this case, the Hodge twins, these are people who lived around black people and got treated very badly. Okay. Black women didn't want to date them, and then basically when they become content creators, they get online and then whites start to give them positive reinforcement, right? And so now it's like, oh, okay, I can be rewarded for sharing my displeasure with black people. And of course, you can get a lot of money doing this, right? And then while they're reviewing the video, here's what the Hodge twins admit.
Hate and racism I got from other black people just because I didn't sound like them, just because I didn't carry myself like them, just because I had a different complexion, eye color, and all that. Man, it is crazy how black people treat me.
Bro. And again, I almost feel like this is you're being very sensitive thing, because the same thing with me. There was this girl I used to kick it with. She was from New Orleans. She had a heavy New Orleans accent. I used to be told by black people all the time, I talk proper. I talk very proper. Dog, you talk proper, XYZ. You know, I'm light skinned, whatever. They doing what they doing. Like, bro, and I just woof back and make the jokes back at what it is. You know what I'm saying? For my own fam, you talk proper. You can't dance. You XYZ. Like, but I'm not seeing that and be like, I'm being treated like I don't know everybody's experience. Maybe some just came through and was like, white boy, kicked him in his jaw and he left him on the ground while he was knocked out or something. I don't know. But if it's words, bro, you could still be a chameleon and fit in with all these situations. Because just how they start doing all that woofing, I do all that woofing back. I cook them on the basketball court. I do whatever I do and we good. You feel what I'm saying? Like, just because I was in AP English classes and XYZ, like, they might have made some jokes, but I don't mean nothing to me. So this is more, now we're talking about more of an emotional problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, you aren't able to take a certain type of joke and push forward and prevail in your environment. That's the conversation now.
Yeah. And it was real. It's not. I'm not making it up. It actually happened. Had a couple nights had a gun put on me. Yeah. I remember I was in boot camp. I think I mentioned this earlier, but
So one of them says they even had guns pulled on them. But wait, there's more.
This black guy said I wasn't black, and he was arguing with another white guy, saying, and the white guy said, how come he's not black, right? Because white people see me, they no, that's a Negro, right? But we had our shirts off, and I had been out in the sun. I was beat red. It was July, and it was in South Carolina in boot camp, and it was arguing, said, look, black people don't turn red in the sun. Y'all turn purple. Right? Yeah. And then the white guy said, aren't you black? I said, yeah, both my parents are black. He said, and did the black guy said, you ain't got no white people in your family? I was like, yeah, I got white people in my family. He said, thank you.
So again, you know, black people treated me differently because I was light skinned and all that.
Yeah, bro. I mean, like, so correct myself, forgive me. They are fully black. You know what I'm saying? Both their parents are black. And if that's the case, you black then. Just because the black guy at boot camp says you're not black. I hate black people. I have bad experiences with black people. Bro, watch out with that, bro. That's sensitive ass shit, bro. Y'all grown men. Y'all supposed to been like, man, I might have been tripping. I got over that. I am a black man. I'm a black person. Clearly. Clear as day. You know what I'm saying? I ain't worried about stunting none of that shit. That's your brain. It's your brain at this point.
And you can kind of see where their animosity comes from. But as Abba would go on in the video and discuss, people will make fun of you no matter where you are.
No matter what.
I've been in all white countries.
Bro. And then just as somebody like O'Shea, get your black ass up. Y'all are black as hell. Bro, you never win, bro. You black as hell. They said you see a nigga, you black as hell. Now you too black. And black people telling you that, by the way. Come on, man. This is jokes, bro. That crybaby ass y'all got going on.
I lived in Poland and Europe for 6 years. I lived in Del Paso Heights. I've lived in Compton. Okay, I've went to black colleges. I went to white colleges. Whoever you're around is going to be the people that can treat you the best or treat you the worst.
Yeah.
All right. And I've been called horrible things by blacks too, like all sorts of names coming up. You know, your nose is big, African booty skirt, all kind of just mean things.
African booty scratcher. Goodness gracious.
People who have robbed and broken into our house and done all kind of weird things were blacks. But that does not take away or make me want to throw away a whole group of people because that happened to me. No, those were just individual incidents. And now here's what happens. When you talk about white people that are racist, the Hodge twins will be the quickest to defend. That's not true. That's not true. Oh no, white people are good. And I want to prove to you how much they can defend white people when they feel like it. Look at this. Charlie Kirk was racist? Oh, okay. So all of a sudden, Charlie Kirk is not racist because you love white people, right? You got to say to keep your text coming in. Here's Erica Kirk. Man, this is powerful, right? Okay. Rest in glory, Charlie Kirk. Okay. We can kiss butts all day when it's Charlie Kirk and the white right. But when we talk about the blacks, look at this one. One black transgender, I'll put it like that, versus two white cops. Who wins, all right? So obviously, this is what these guys do, and they think that somebody is stupid and can't see what they're trying to do. But obviously, you guys hate the black community. You want to see black people do better, but you have Mexican wives. You don't have anything set up that helps the black community. You don't go in the black community. So no, you're doing this for a check. One of you guys even said
this is for a check. This is not. We want black people to do better. This is not that. They are not worried about the advancement of black people. That's fine, bro. I don't want people to think that I care and want these people to do better for them. I don't care. If this is how you live in, this is how you live in. It's just like stand on that. Be on your Myron Gaines though. You gotta stand on that. That's where you at. Don't try to do that half stepping in the foot. But we care about black. No, bro, don't do that. Don't do that. Just we don't like black people. That's just what it is. And my experience, this is my experience. This is what happened to me, and it hurt my feelings so bad that I stopped liking black people for that. That's what you need to. That's what you do. And we do this for money. Just stand on that. What are you doing?
What's a list? So, because you guys don't have any real talent, I mean, I don't really want. I mean, respectfully, if you guys were not twins, nobody would care about you. Woo! So, what's the link?
They were funny back then. They were funny.
Easy diss.
Well, they were funny together. So maybe not. I don't know. But they're funny.
Is to sit up there and basically talk about blacks all day and get paid. But we all know what time it is, and he's not wrong about you guys because you guys are, in my honest opinion, sellouts. Like, there's nothing about you that says the black community or you're in support of it at all. You're against it. You're the same thing as Myron. Like, you have podcasts with Nick Fuentes. Like, this is the kind of people that you guys are, and you act like you're not that, but you are, okay? And the moment you guys say something stupid or silly, y'all gonna find out who really don't like y'all. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy Yoshi.
Oh, my battery.
Give it another episode of The Celebrity Jump.
That being said, y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Like the video, sub up, comment, the mention to the channel, bro. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm great for y'all. We are gone, man. Hey, did he let do it?